My students, we are discussing not for breathing, not for drinking lesson. In yesterday's lessons, we discussed about the air pollution checkup. So, today we are going to discuss what is air pollution. What is air pollution? Before going to discuss what is air pollution, we should know air is a mixture of gases. In our atmosphere, in the air, there are different types of air is present. So, what are they? What is the components is present in the air? What are their symbol? And what is the volume of the air? Air is very essential for us. For example, if there is no food, we can survive 1 or 2 days or 3 days. If there is no water, also we can survive. If there is no oxygen, can we alive 1 hour or 5 minutes without breathing? No, it's impossible. So, for the respiration to survive, we need air, oxygen compulsory. What is the use of this oxygen? This oxygen carries nutrition to the body parts. This oxygen, this blood carry nutrition to the body parts. This blood carry oxygen to the body parts. This oxygen is utilized to break down of glucose and to release carbon dioxide and energy. So this air is mixture of gases. There are so many components is present in the air. Components is present. What are they? Then what is the symbol of these elements? Then what is the volume of percentage volume of this gases? So there is a plenty of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. What is the symbol of nitrogen? Capital N2. The volume of nitrogen is 78%. 78% of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. The highest components nitrogen. The second one is oxygen is present in the atmosphere. Oxygen formula O2. Around 21 points, 20%. 20.94% actually 20.94. You can take 21% of oxygen is present in the atmosphere. And argon is present. What is the symbol of argon? Capital A and small are around 0.934. 0.934% of argon is present in the atmosphere. And the next one is carbon dioxide, CO2. Carbon dioxide, name is carbon dioxide. Symbol is CO2. 0.033% of carbon dioxide is present in the atmospheres. Next, the last one is other gases, like other traces is present around like 0.1%. 0.1%. Water vapor also is present in the atmosphere. Water vapor H2O. H2O. So 1% of water vapor is present in the atmosphere. These are the components present in the atmospheres. So very important. So you have to write the components name, what is their symbol, what is the volume of the components. So first one is nitrogen. So if you take a diagram with pictures, 78% of nitrogen is present. So 78. 20 percentage of oxygen presence. 1% organs, 0.94 organs, 0.03% carbon dioxide, 0.1% other spaces, 1% is water vapors. So this is the pie diagram of this air. Actually, what is air pollution? So when air is disturbed, when these components are disturbed in the atmosphere, leads to air pollution. When the percentage is increased or decreased in the atmosphere, thus this causes the air pollution. Actually, this nitrogen is very useful for the plants and the animals, but they cannot take directly from the atmosphere. So there are the rhizobium bacteria, like legume plants. They supply nitrogens to the plants. So our body need nitrogens. Plants need nitrogens. So when we breathe, 78% of nitrogen enter into the body, 21% of oxygen enter into the body, 0.033% of carbon dioxide enter into the lungs. But this oxygen is utilized when we breathe out in exhalation process. 78% of nitrogen will go away from the body. 16% of carbon dioxide. 16% of oxygen will go away from the body. 0.4% of carbon dioxide will go away when we breathe out. In inhalation, the components is different, component percentage is different. In exhalation, the component percentage is different. Then, what is the use of this oxygen? It is very useful in the human body. When oxygen is mixed into the blood, this blood carry oxygen to the cell. In the cell, cellular respiration takes place. What is cellular respiration? To break down the glucose. To break down the glucose, oxygen is required. Glucose is break down in the presence of oxygen. When glucose is break down, energy is released. Carbon dioxide is released. Carbon dioxide is released. This energy is utilized for daily activities. Some energy is stored in mitochondria in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. This carbon dioxide will go away in exhalation process. Then what about carbon dioxide? When we breathe, we take oxygens. When we breathe out, we release carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is very useful for the plants. For photosynthesis. For photosynthesis purpose. Plants prepare their own food by taking carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. They prepare glucose. So this is the beauty of exchanging of gases between the plants and animals. We take oxygen, we release carbon dioxide. Plants take carbon dioxide and release oxygen. This is the exchanging of gases between the plants and animals. So that's why plants are releasing oxygens. We are taking the oxygens for the breakdown of glucose, and we will releasing carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is exchanging, entering into the plants for the photosynthesis purpose. Oxygen is not only useful for the animals, it is also useful for the combustion. It is also useful for combustion. For burning of anything, if you want to burn, in the presence of oxygen only it will burn. Combustion will take place in the presence of oxygen only. This is the very useful. Water vapor is present in the atmosphere, like other organs also is present in the atmosphere. This is the components and the symbol and the volume of the airs. Next, natural disaster and pollutions. Natural disaster. Pollution. How pollution will take place? By human activities only. By human intervention only, the most of the pollution will take place. Some pollution will take place also by natural disaster. What is this natural disaster? Like volcanic eruptions. Volcanic eruptions. What is volcanic eruptions? Like Himalayas. So the very heat volcanic eruptions will come away from the earth. You can see the pictures. Volcanic eruptions. How this, like a very heat carbon particles that are entering into the atmospheres. Volcanic eruptions. Forest fire. When there is a fire in the forest, so everything will be burned. So this smoke will be released into the atmospheres. The dust particles will be released into the atmosphere. Air will be polluted. By volcanic eruptions also, the smoke, the dust will be entered into the atmosphere. It will be polluted. These are called natural disasters. Dust and sandstorm. Dust and sandstorms. By dust, when the dust enters into the air, it will be polluted. Sandstorm. Have you seen the sandstorm? So this sandstorm, and we can see the forest only. In summer seasons, we can see the storms, tsunamis, water tsunamis like sandstorms, hailstorms, tufan, sudden notice. It will destroy suddenly. These are very different. For kilometers, the sun will be flying. So it will move from one place to another place. It will throw everything, whatever may be. These are the natural disasters. Very dangerous natural disasters we can see. Next one, naturally is there we can do a small activity, that is oil paper experiment. Oil paper experimentations. Oil paper experiment. Take the 3 different square papers, square papers. 5 into 5 centimeter square papers. And you should put these papers in the oil. Take 3 different same size of square papers. Put into the oils, and you should hang them in different places. One papers we are hanging in main center, like in main center where the dust particles is there. Another we are hanging in front of school. Another we are hanging in the very peaceful garden. With plenty of park or gardens. So hang them, dip it into the oil, hang in different places. One is in main center, one is in school, in front of school, another one is park or gardens. Observe them 30 minutes. Then collect all these 3 square papers. Then you should observe very carefully. Which papers attracted more dust particles? Obviously, the one is hanged in main center because there is a schools, so much dust particles are entering into the atmosphere by vehicles. But in school fronts, compared to the first one, we can see less dust particles attract in the second paper hanged in front of the schools. The third one is garden or park. In the garden or park area, there is a plenty of oxygen, plenty of trees, a good environment we can see in a park or garden area, which is the best place to enjoy for children. So this area is the best area because you can observe in the atmosphere the air is not polluted more in gardens or park. The air is more polluted in main centers. So we can see the different places, the different pollutions of the air. This is the small activity. Okay, today homework, you have to write the component and the symbol and the volume of the airs, like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, argons, water vapors, other traces. The components, symbols and their volumes. Second one is we can do this activity. Oil paper experiment. So take 3 different squares, 3 same square fits 5 to 5 centimeter of these papers. You put it in the water, hang in different places, and you should observe or write your opinion. What about first papers? How much it attract more particles or less? What about the paper one handled in school? What about the paper handled in garden or park area? You can write your own. It is a simple activity. Okay, today homework. Thank you, students.